This is Mr. E, representing goodpennystockinfo.com. In this video, I want to talk about losses. And I believe this is a very important subject to cover because it's going to happen. There's no way around it. You're not going to get around not making any losses. You know, it's commonly said that most beginner investors lose money the first year. And there's ways around that. You can go get penny stock simulators for your phones now. You know, very easy, no risk. But you get all the experience. Just make sure it's based off of real market information, and it allows you to get as close as possible to the actual stock trading. Like it can let you do markets and limits and stops and all that jazz. Whatever. The one I use is the stock market simulator. Sometimes to test out, stock market simulator to test out different stocks and different strategies and everything. You know, that way you can test it out and see how it works without putting your actual money at risk. It's a very good tool, very good for getting yourself prepping everything. But losses are gonna happen. That's what I want to talk about. Losses will happen, and the thing that determines how successful you're going to be as a stock market investor is what you do with your losses. You know, there's a difference between the athletes who go back and review their old tapes and the athletes who just keep moving forward. It makes a difference. Just quitting. I know it's frustrating. It's not cool. It's not sexy. To see yourself going to the red, losing. Nobody likes to lose money and then have nothing to show for it. You could have been like, well, I could have bought a beer with that, or I could have bought some shoes, or I could have done this or done that. Took some girl out to eat or whatever. Yeah, but especially when you're beginning, when you're just starting, it's a learning phase that you gotta get over. It's a learning curve. You gotta get over it, and you gotta have the right strategies and the right information. It's not just about picking the right stocks and everything. It's about training yourself as well, because it's a very emotional process when going to these stocks and investing and everything. And you have to learn yourself as you get into the stock market, and you have to learn the right way too, because it's not just doing whatever. I believe a lot of cliches need to be fixed up. They need to be updated. And one of the cliches that needs updating is that practice makes perfect, which is not true. Not at all. And I got a perfect example of this. Now, but I want to say perfect practice makes perfect. And here's why I say that. When I was younger, being a black kid, you're going to be exposed to basketball quite early, and you're with the bigger kids and everything else. So I wasn't strong enough to shoot the ball because I was playing on a regular, like a regular community net, whatever. It was high. It wasn't lower down. I didn't get the opportunity to feel adequate with a lower rim, whatever. No, it was big guys rim. So in order to get the ball into the basket, I had to use both hands to get it up there. And of course, at first it sucked, but I was glad just to get the ball up there. And after a while, I got good at it. Over the years, growing and everything, being able to shoot. And I was a great long distance shooter too. But I got good at that. And then as an adolescent, you start to realize, that everybody else is doing it a different way. There's a reason why, from the professional level all the way down to the guy next to me, they're all shooting it. One hand guy, one hand that way, for the power. So I trained myself. Nobody told me this. Nobody sat down and said, hey man, I'm gonna teach you how to shoot the ball. No, I had to do this myself. And of course, at first it was terrible. I was back to square one again, learning the proper way to shoot a basketball. But in the end, I was able to see a slight improvement in my shooting by doing it the right way, you know, as a more developed man. So by doing it that way, I got better at it. I had better results from my shooting. So, but if I'd been stubborn saying, "No, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it my way. This is working for me," you know, it works for me. It just does. You know, that's not a good reason to do anything. You know, just cause you got to have a good reason to do anything. But anyway, you gotta do what's right. You gotta learn from your mistakes, review the tapes, see what you did wrong, see what you overlooked. You know, you know, and in stocks it's the same way. You know, you check out your investment. What did you see? You know, it's a lot of people say you should keep a journal and just write down what did you feel was good about an investment. You know, just and I like to keep it short, simple, and stupid. So I'll get down like 3 points: overbought, oversold. You know, a candlestick pattern, good volume. You know, whatever. You know, keep it down. And then when you see what happened, you journey into the profit point, whatever, or you lose. You say, okay, what did I miss? You know, why did it go down? What did I overlook? You know, and then you can start looking at it. That's how you develop experience. That's how you develop the proper experience for growing your expertise, for growing your portfolio and becoming a more sophisticated stock investor. And that's how you learn from your mistakes. And you may not be able to eliminate your losses, but you can minimize it. You can keep it short. I remember watching a tape, I don't know from who exactly, but some guy claimed even if you get half of your investment, right, you still can make a lot of money in the stock market. You know, and that's just half. But it takes time though. It takes time and effort. Like I always say, it's a skill. Like I say about anything else, that's a skill. It takes time and effort. And you gotta be dedicated. You know, you gotta learn how to take the L's. You know, the losses. That's all part of the game. A boxer has to learn how to take punches because it's part of the game. You know, pickup artist. You know, that savvy guy that can get all the ladies. He has to learn how to deal with rejection. It's a part of the game. You're not gonna do it 100%. You're not gonna win 100% of the time. Sometimes you're gonna take some losses. But it's what you do with those losses that determines your degree of success. In order to have what other people don't have, you have to be willing to do what they're not willing to do. And not a lot of people don't like the feeling of, you know, right away just losing, you know, but you gotta get better at it. You have with me, I got better with basketball. Have with football, as a matter of fact. Fresh young guy, you know, never been in a contact sport before. You know, we did this thing where we line up, we run, collide. Very dangerous. Now when I think back, I could have broken my neck back then. But anyway, first time it happened to me, guy put me on my butt right away. You know, I was like, oh, that's what it feel like. Okay. You know, I had padding on, you know, you scared, you never been in that. So you just get back up and you do it again. You know, it was embarrassing to be knocked down like that, but you do it again. This time I hit the guy, we collided, and we kind of both just fell in. Good. You know, I wanted to knock him on his butt for doing it to me, but that's what happens. But you get back up and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, because you want to be good at it. You want to make some changes in life. You want to get those profits. But in order to get to the profits, you got to be able to manage yourself on the losses. If that should make sense. Because it's how we take our losses. What do? Do we just cry, go home, and quit? Or do we look at the tapes and start all over again? For more information, you can go to my website at goodpennystockinfo.com. This is Mr. E. I'm signing out. Until the next video.